Hello and welcome to the Stamp Camp. I'm Glenda Calkins, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Tonight I have a fun one-sheet wonder. We are going to create 8 cards from just one 12 by 12 sheet of the gorgeous Fresh as a Daisy Designer Series paper. I made the cards pretty much the same cut, but I'm going to show you different ways to use that cut. So it's a different take on some fun fold cards. So let's change the camera and get started. All right, so this month in my Stamp Camp at Home Card Club kit, I'm featuring the Fresh as a Daisy Designer Series paper. The club members do not need the Cheerful Daisies bundle, but if they want their cards and sentiments to be identical to mine, they are going to want to purchase that bundle. For all my club details, click on the video under Show More. There's a link to the blog featuring the Stamp Camp at Home Card Club kit for this month. Club members will get a half of a pack. It's a 6 by 12 of the Fresh as a Daisy Designer Series paper. They're going to get these gorgeous solid gems, and then they're going to get a package with all the in colors this month. There's 5 different in colors. They'll get approximately, I think it's 50 inches of the in color, enough to make all 8 of their cards. So let's get started tonight. All right, last week, if you've seen my video or check out my YouTube channel, The Stamp Camp, I cut this up and made this one sheet wonder into all different cards using the Cheerful Daisies bundle. Tonight, I'm going to be using this piece right here, and we're going to make 8 simply gorgeous cards. So let's get this out of my way, and we'll get started with this piece right here. You are going to take this piece and you're going to cut it in strips that are 4 inches. So we're going to start out by cutting it in 4-inch strips. So there's 1, 2, and just to verify that this one is 4 inches, I'm going to give it a nice little trim up. Sometimes it's just a hair longer. So this is going to be the last grouping of cards. This is going to be the middle section, and then we're going to start with that piece that I first cut off the bottom. We're going to cut this first strip at 4 3/4. The next piece is going to be at 4 3/4. So this is card number 1, card number 2, and then card number 3. And I just want to make sure that that is 2 1/2. For that card, it really doesn't matter. All right, so let's start with those first 3 strips. Card number 1. Okay, the card base itself is the new in color copper clay, and I've cut it at 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored it at 4 1/4, and then I placed it in my trimmer at 1 1/4, and I cut down to that 4 1/4 mark or score line. I moved it over to 1 1/4 and cut down to that 4 1/4 score line. Now this is the cutting directions for card number 1, card number 2, 4, and 6. They're all cut the same. Well, 6 is cut a little bit different. So 1, 2, 3. Yes, 1, 2, and 3 are all cut the same, but I'm going to make a different card with each one. So, but your cuts to begin are all the same. So the first thing I'm going to do is fold on that score line, get this all lined up. Like so. And then we have all our little cut pieces here in the front. So what I'm going to do is take my piece from the front, and we're going to cut this at 1 inch. And then we're going to cut at 1 inch on this side. So we have those 3 pieces. Now, I'm going to go ahead and attach them to our card base. So this one is going to go here. Line that up. This one is going to go in the center. So line that up. And then this one will go on the outside edge here. Looks like I need to change my blade. I'm getting lots of little fuzzies. All right, so far so good. And it opens. Now for the inside, I just took a piece of basic white and I stamped the little daisy in the corner with the boho blue and the copper clay. We're going to attach that to the inside. Like so. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a strip of that copper clay. This is 1 inch by 5.5, and we're going to go ahead and attach that across the bottom. It's a little short, but I think it will be okay. Just like so. We are making a spanner card. So we're going to just put adhesive on those outside edges. Keep this together, and I want to go, I don't want to cover up all my little flower images, so I'm just gonna come across here like, oops, that looks straight. Make sure my adhesive there. So I have this spanner panel. In the front, what I did was I die cut from the Cheerful Daisies dies, the framelit, stamped from the Cheerful Daisies stamp set, wishing you the brightest birthday, and then I added a piece of that boho blue ribbon. Now the ribbon will fray, so what I do is I have a little candle here, and I light the candle, and I just pass the end through the flame, and it like cauterizes the end, so it will no longer fray. And then I took dimensionals on the back side, and we're gonna just pop that right up in the center here of our panel, like so. I probably put it up a little higher than what I needed, but it's fine. And then I have this, your friendship means everything. And that is going to go right in here on this panel. I'm not going to push it down tight. I just want to make sure I'm within my, whoops, sorry, my head was in the way. In my panel there, so you can't see it from the front. So open up and then a flap, and then you have your inside piece. Now you could put that up in that corner there. It really doesn't matter where you put it. But now I'm going to add a few of those gorgeous boho blue solid gems here to my front. And there you have it. It's a spanner panel card. Quick and easy, so pretty. So card number 2, we're going to cut our card base exactly the same. So it's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, 1 1/4, and then 1 1/4 to get those cuts there. So fold that in half. All right, so we have our pieces. We're going to take our piece that was the next piece over, and we're going to cut this at 1 inch, and then 1 inch again from this side. And we're going to attach those just like we did before. Everything so far is exactly the same, but we're going to change this up, and it's going to be a different fun fold. So attach those. You know, I like to do cutting and cards that are the same measurements. So if you like one card better than another, it's pretty much the same measurements. You just change up how you assemble it. So far so good. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach these side flaps down like so. Make sure that my volume is still good. All right, so now we have this center panel, and I've already messed up, but I'll just change it up. So this one will be like this. It's going to just be a center panel flip up. So I have my white for the inside. Now if you wanted to, you could stamp that same little daisy flower. Like so. So we got our center panel flip up. This has got it just burnished down a little bit better. Then all I did was take the same sentiment die, framelit die, and this time I used the copper clay ribbon. We're going to put that right here towards the bottom. And then where's my gems? We're going to do, this time we're going to do the copper clay gems. And one there. And one right there. So this is a center flip up, like so. So quick and easy, really cute. All right, so now we got that little piece left. Where did that go? Oh, I put it over here already. Okay, we ended up with this piece right here. Now I have little frayed edges. So this is a sand and rubber erase. If you go on my blog and product offerings at the top under, oh, what is it under? It's under ordering, I think. You can just sand those little edges down. I love this razor. I use it a lot. All right, so this one, the card base, bring in my stuff here. Card base, again, is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I'll have the link for the additional, this little sanding eraser under the video under show more. So I have this. I took a piece of basic white and I ran it through the crosshatch embossing folder. It is part of the 3 basic embossing folders, which is only available online. This is one of my favorites from that 3-pack. I'm going to take this piece right here and we're going to attach it right to the edge here, like so. Then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to put some adhesive on the other side, and I'm going to take that copper clay ribbon and we're going to just run that down the front like so. Take my scissors and cut that off. That looks pretty straight. If you want to, you can add some adhesive down that strip just to keep it tacked. Trying to keep that straight. That looks really straight. At least I hope so. Put some adhesive on the back. That's going to go right on the front like so. Then I've die cut using that, here's me, daisy dies, and then I stamped and then die cut out the little top there. Now I have the sentiment. I want to, oh, I got the wrong sentiment piece here. I should have just, oh, right here it is. Just a plain one. We're going to put that right to the side at the top like that. We're going to take our stem that I die cut, and I put adhesive sheet on the back side before I die cut it out. I think I can, yeah, that looks good. So what I'm going to do is take my scissors, oops, and just trim that down like so. Take my flower that I die cut out the base with the copper clay, and then I did a layer of the basic white, and then the intricate layer is basic white. And now get my dimensionals here. Got just some little side pieces, and probably one will be good. Going to put that right there like so, and then I did the same with the leaves. They're die cut. Let's see. I could separate them and put them underneath here. Whoops. Stuck to my finger. Like so. Cute. And then, if I can find my glue dots, I am going to take my glue dots, the copper clay, I just tied it in a knot. Again, I used the candle to cauterize those ends so it wouldn't fray. And we're going to put that right up here, kind of like that. All right, and then you can go ahead and add some of those little dimensional or gems. Put one on here, maybe a one there, and maybe a tiny one over here. And then for the inside, I would just take my basic white, 4 by 5 1/4. I'll take the copper clay and I'll put that up there. You know, one thing I did not remember to grab was the little dot, and I guess I'll do that later. So line that up. Where's my, I'll grab it now, otherwise I'll forget. Grab that little spot in a clear block, and we'll get that stamped just like that, and that can go on the inside. All right, so run some adhesive. Place that on the inside like so. So there's card number 3. Isn't that cool? Okay, so now we got to go back to our center strip. This is our middle strip. The first piece we're going to cut at 4 3/4. Now, as a StampCamp at Home Card Club member, you receive the printable download pattern, one sheet wonder pattern, and the measurements for all the cards. It will be in my photo gallery. You get the password when I mail out your kit. So 2 1/4 is the next cut, leaving us with this one. So this is card number 4, 5, and 6. So let's see. Again, the card base is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, and then I cut down to that score line at 1 1/4 inch on both ends. We're going to take this piece again. So this is just like card number 1 and card number 2. And we're going to cut 1 inch, and then we're going to bring it over here and cut 1 inch. And there we have those. All right, so again, we're just going to fold it in half on that score line. Get that lined up. Okay, we're going to take our pieces. We're going to attach the 2 outside pieces. Again, I got that little sanding eraser comes in handy. I get it from Amazon. Like I said, I'll have the link under the video. I am an Amazon affiliate, so I do make a small commission off my Amazon sales. All right, so there's that. We're going to come in to the center part. I'm going to put it at 2 1/8 and score that. Whoops, sorry about that. And I'm going to fold that down just like that. This is going to be a center easel card. So now I have a piece that's going to fit over the top. We're going to attach these edges down. So let me do that first. So line that up, attach that down. Do that to both outside edges here. Now for the easel part, we're just going to put the adhesive at that bottom half underneath that score line. We're going to lay this on top so that it fits exactly like our existing. Whoops. Make sure that that all got lined up good. Take our adhesive and we're going to add that center piece to the top, like so. I have a piece cut for the inside, and this is going to go towards the top. Lay that flat so you can see that. I've stamped and popped up for the inside. Your friendship means everything. And we're going to put that kind of towards the top like that, because that's going to be your easel part right there. And then I have my little sentiment strip here already set to go. And then we're going to just do some of those solid gems like so. So there you have, that one is a center easel card. Quick and easy. You still have a spot up here to write. There's number 4. All right, number 5. Bring in my goodies here. Again, the card base is 5.5 by 8.5. Scored at 4 1/4. We're going to fold that in half. Again, I went with the textured crosshatch embossing folder, and we got this piece right here. Let's see, where's my, I have a strip this time of the copper clay, and I'm gonna just make sure that my edges I'm going to run adhesive down the side, and then I'm going to attach this little strip of copper clay like so. I think it's a little long, so I'm just going to clip it down. Then we can go ahead and attach it to the crosshatched white piece. We're going to go all the way to the side like this. I can still see a little bit of it there. And then we can attach that to our card front. And I'm out. Let me grab another one here. Oh, shoot. It's a brand new one. All right. I thought it was a refill. All right. We're good. So we're going to attach this to the front. Like so. Then I have, oh, it's stuck, my sentiment piece with the boho blue ribbon. We're going to put that right here towards the top. Let's see, did I? No, I did not center it. I kind of went off like so. So maybe it's kind of like centered on the front. Then I did some more die cutting of those daisies. The back piece is the solid copper clay, and then I did the basic white couple layers, and that's going to go right down here. And now I'm going to come in with some of these jewels. You could put one on there. I'm going to just stick it there, so just like that. And then this is the white for the inside. I would stamp a daisy again in the corner and attach that inside. So there's that card there. Now we have this piece left from that strip. So let me bring this in. Oops, 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 oops. Lots of pieces again. All right, so our card base this time 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. But this time I cut it at 3 inches down to the 4 1/4 inch score line. So let's fold that in half. All right, let's see if we can't get this a little straighter here. I have my piece for the inside already stamped, so we're going to put that on the inside. So flip all those up, put that on the inside. Like so. I'm going to take this piece and we're going to cut it at 2 3/4. And let me sand that side again. Okay, and then I scored this at 2 1/8. So this one is going to be a side panel easel card. So that first side we cut is going to be on this extra panel here of copper clay. So we're going to attach that. Now again, it's an easel, so we only want to put our adhesive on the bottom portion here. Line that up. Like so. So this part's going to easel up, so I have my friendship piece that's going to go on the inside, and I think I'll put it about right there. And then this piece is going to come on here on that side. Let me sand those fuzzies down. So we're going to attach that. Like so. We have our sentiment for the front of the card, which is going to go right here. And then I have a little bow tied with that copper clay ribbon. And I'm going to get a glue dot. We're going to attach that kind of like right here. So my card, when it's flat, I just want to make sure that the ribbon is kind of out of the way. And then I'm going to take some of those copper clay jewels and we'll put a few of those on this side, like so. So when the card is flat, it's like this, and then this will easel up and this opens up. So you still have room here to write. It's just a little bit different side panel easel card. And now we're down to our very last strip, which is this strip right here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to grab my other cutter. We're going to cut this down to 5 1/4, 5 1/4. And we're going to take this little strip here and just cut it in half. Now, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4, fold that in half. Okay, I have a piece of white. We're going to take one of those strips, we're going to put it along the side here. You can put it right to the side, or I'm going to just have a little bit of that white strip on the side there. And we're going to put this on the inside of our card, like so. We're going to put one of these pieces on our card front. Straighten that out a little bit. Now I went ahead and die cut the dies from the Cheerful Dies bundle, and I have a little strip. Now my little strip is going to go across the bottom. This is the copper clay. It's just a 1/2 inch strip. We're going to put that right here across the bottom. Take my sentiment piece and we're going to put that across here like so. Take my dimensionals off papers here off the back side. And we're going to attach that. And then again, those gems, solid gems, like so. So there you go. How cute is that? And our final card, get the contents here. Again, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. We are almost done. Again, piece for the inside with that strip that we little fuzzy. Cut from the edge. We're going to leave a little bit of white. Put that on the inside. We're going to take our last piece of designer series paper. I'm going to sand this edge down. We're going to stick that to the card front, like so. Again, I die cut the daisies with the white and the copper clay, and then I have that intricate die cut is the boho blue. This time we're going to place this down here, like so, and then I have my sentiment strip. We're going to put that up here, and then we'll come in with those dots again. There you have it, 7 gorgeous cards from that 112 by 12 sheet of Fresh as a Daisy Designer Series paper. So those were the last 2. And then we got the side panel easel, and then the piece that was left over, and then we got the center panel easel, and the strip that was left over, and then what do we got left? The spanner panel. So there are, put that in there, center panel, side panel, spanner panel. Those are your 7 cards using that 112 by 12 Fresh as a Daisy piece of designer series paper. What do you think? Pretty cool. I love the dies. That paper is just gorgeous. Like I said, I love to create cards that use the same cutting design, maybe just switch it up just a hair, and you have a totally different card with the same measurements. Am I missing one? I don't think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, I am missing one. Which one am I missing here? The side. Nope, got that one. Center. Oh, the regular here. Just the center panel flip up. Okay. So we have a total of 8 cards. I thought I had 8. 8 cards from that 112 by 12 sheet. So many cards I lost track. So you got the center panel, the side easel, the center easel, the spanner panel, and then all those other good cards. Wow, that is a lot. So if you are new to my YouTube channel, make sure that you like, share, subscribe, click on that bell in the upper right hand corner so you always know when I go live. If you need any of the supplies, I do appreciate any and all orders. You can find the list of supplies that I use for tonight's cards down below. Click on show more under the video. The whole list will come up. It'll bring you to my online store. That is it for tonight. Thanks so much for stopping by.